Hi friends, it's Rabbi Jenny Solomon at Beth Meyer Synagogue in Raleigh, North Carolina, here with a mincha moment on this day, the day before Yom Kippur, one of our holiest days of the year. So I wanted to hopefully offer a little bit of inspiration as we prepare for Yom Kippur. And the first thing that I want to say is that Yom Kippur is my favorite holiday. It is not because I love to fast. I don't. I am every day decreasing my beloved coffee amount so that I don't have a terrible headache on Yom Kippur, and I mourn that actually. And it's not particularly easy for me to fast, so it's not for that reason. But the reason that I love Yom Kippur is because for me, Yom Kippur is the day that we stop pretending that life isn't hard, that there isn't loss, that we don't make mistakes, and that there are things that we have to take an accounting for, not only in our own personal lives, but as a society in this world. And for me, that 25-hour period of Yom Kippur is a time when we get to marinate in the things that I think are so true, that we live in these human bodies, that we are mortal, that we're only here for but a short and precious time. And it's also, of course, always a chance to remember with the prominence of Yizkor. It's a time for us to remember upon whose shoulders we stand. So the prayers, the melodies, but even more the themes, the truths that we tell over and over again through that day, they are a relief to me because they feel so real and so true. And I feel like a lot of our lives, we have to kind of pretend not to attend to those things, not to know those things. And on Yom Kippur, we just get to know them in their fullest. So I wanted to offer one piece of Torah that is helpful to me in my mindfulness practice, specifically in my meditation practice, but I believe that it applies equally to the work of teshuvah, which we often translate as repentance or return or turn or alignment, but is really so much more about us just coming home to ourselves, some new version of ourselves, a version of ourselves that takes into account where we've been, but also the person that we're becoming. So two of those foundation, sort of those like torches that light up the night in my meditation practice are what I've learned from my teachers, and that is the practice of emet, of truth, and chesed, loving kindness. So when we sit in meditation, one of the things that we have a chance to do is just to notice what feels true, right? So not the story that we spin out, not the ways in which our mind will wander, but to practice just noticing what feels true here and now. And at the same time, we have an opportunity, again in meditation, to see if we can be with that truth, relate to that truth as it arises in love, in compassion, in kindness. Even, for example, when our minds wander, as they do, as they all do, can we bring back our attention to our object of focus from a place of love and kindness and compassion? And so I want to suggest that these two signposts, that was the word I was looking for, signposts, these two signposts can also apply to our work of teshuvah, the work of Yom Kippur. And that is to just continue to notice what feels true, to release the resistance around not knowing what's happening, what's arising, the thoughts in our minds, the prayers in our hearts, the physical sensations in our body, the feelings that move through us. So simply to notice what feels true without a story, and to see if we can relate to that truth from a place of chesed, of loving kindness and compassion. So if our stomachs are rumbling and we're finding it difficult to fast in the waning hours of Yom Kippur, can we relate to ourselves from a place of chesed? If we get stuck during one of our prayer services on perseverating about a way in which we have failed deeply over the last year, can we relate to that failure from a place of chesed, of loving kindness? If we feel bored or unmoved or incredibly moved, to tears even, can we relate to whatever that experience is from a place of chesed? This is the work. And this work never ends. So as long as we're here, breathing, moving through another Yom Kippur, I pray that it's an opportunity to be with what feels true right now in our experience, and to meet that truth with chesed, with love. Wishing everyone a Gamar Chatima Tova. Wishing you a Yom Kippur that is filled with meaning and transformation and release and coming home to the best version of yourself. Shalom. Peace.